Congressman Bob Good here with your weekly Good News from Washington. I had the privilege this week in participating in a panel at an event sponsored by the Heritage Foundation where we talked about chemical abortions and how dangerous they actually are for women. They have more health complications for women than conventional abortions do. But unfortunately and sadly, they make up about 50% of all abortions now. And while I was participating on the panel to try to expose the harm and the danger of chemical abortions, I also continue to fight unapologetically to protect all life. That is the number one responsibility of government, to protect its citizens, and particularly those most vulnerable among us, precious innocent life in the womb. The House Republican Conference is adjourned for the Thanksgiving holiday now, but we have passed 7 of our 12 appropriations bills, while the Senate has only passed 3. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to vote this week for the continuing resolution, the funding bill that passed the House floor predominantly with Democrat support, that keeps all of the Biden, Pelosi, Schumer policies and spending levels in place for another 60 days. I think that was a mistake for us not to send a more conservative bill that cuts spending and secured our border. We should have sent that to the Senate, and then before we're leaving for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then let the Senate decide whether or not they wanted to shut down the government or cut our spending and secure our border. So I'll continue to work with Speaker Johnson for our conservative agenda. He said this is the last continuing resolution he will do, and that he is committed to passing our remaining 5 spending bills to get our fiscal house in order, to start us on a path to fiscal responsibility. I did have an amendment passed this week to end vaccine mandates on our college campuses. Incredibly, there's still 100 colleges in the United States that require a vaccine in order for their students to attend college. Young people were never at serious risk from the China virus, and certainly with the pandemic being declared over even by the Biden White House 6 months ago, there shouldn't be any additional or remaining unconstitutional vaccine mandates. I also voted this week to impeach Secretary Mayorkas, our Secretary of Homeland Insecurity under the Biden administration, but I'm sorry to report that 8 Republicans didn't vote for that, so it ultimately did not pass. But I will still continue to work to impeach President Biden as well as Secretary Mayorkas. I also, in our Education Committee this week, we had a hearing on anti-Semitism on college campuses in particular, and there was a Yale University student, a young lady who was taking a stand against anti-Semitism on her campus. And when I asked her this question, she estimated that up to 20% of the students at Yale are pro-Hamas and would support a pro-Hamas demonstration on their campus. So you know how much work we have to do to fight anti-Semitism, anti-Israeli belief system here in our country. I just want to thank you once again for the privilege of being your congressman and representing you here in Virginia's 5th District. I want to wish you and your family, your loved ones, a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving holiday. Thank you.